Parekh, and I head the Incubation Center for FLO. And today it's an honor to host this event. Let me tell you a little about the FLO's Incubation Center. The goal of the Incubation Center team is to build a sustainable ecosystem for FLO members so that we can benefit from the structured help and guidance they need to become successful. We achieve this by building strong partnerships with renowned incubation centers across the country and map FLO entrepreneurs to the most appropriate incubation centers. Today, signing the MoU with Shillong's Incubation Center will be our 22nd successful partnerships across India. So it's really an honor to be a part of the event again. As I share with you a little about our journey at FLO, in the last 4 months, we've been able to identify over 180 women entrepreneurs who would like to evaluate the incubation as an option to grow and achieve the next level of growth in their journeys. We are here. We're also in the process of actually having deep dive sessions with each of these startups to understand their businesses and are actively connecting them to the incubation centers across India on a best fit basis. In addition, we organize regular enablement programs and educational series to empower our members through continuous learnings. The partnership with IIM Shillong today will have a positive impact for our members in the Northeast region, as it will give them access to a highly regarded incubation center, which was so thoughtfully curated. With no further delay, I'd like to invite FLO President Janvi Fugan, a visionary leader. She's been able to inspire all of us to bring on board such successful and various partnerships to help our members become successful. She has been so passionate and committed and has been driving several initiatives, incubation being one of them. And that's truly the reason of our success and the progress that we've achieved so far. Janvi Fukan is a graduate of Calcutta University, postgraduate from Indian Institute of Mass Communication, and an alumni of Indiana University, USA. She's a successful entrepreneur and a co-founder of 2 national award-winning companies in the Northeast with over 3 decades of experience behind her. Janvi was also confirmed the Doctorate of Letters honoris causa by Assam Downtown University in June 2018, in recognition of her outstanding work and contribution in ecotourism in efforts with women's causes. She's a member of the board of the Institute of Entrepreneurship, now under the Ministry of Entrepreneurship and Skill Development since 2012. Please welcome Janvi Fukan, FLO President.
Thank you, Nehal. Good morning and namaskar. Shri Shishir Kumar Bajoria, Chairman, Board of Directors, IIM Shillong. Shri Atul Kulkarni, Member, Board of Governors, IIM Shillong. Professor Sanjeev Kakshi, Associate Professor and Chairperson, Incubation and Enterprise Support Center, IIM Shillong, and my dear FLO friends. A warm welcome to all of you for joining us so early in the morning today for the signing of our MoU. So on behalf of FLO, the Women's Wing of FICCI, and the 17 chapters that I represent, I welcome you all. And I want to welcome all the esteemed dignitaries from IIM Shillong today. This MoU today that we are signing with IIM Shillong is under our National FLO Incubation Cell, which is ably led by our vertical head, Nehal Parekh. So since we will be going in length, and Nehal will explain the incubation process and what we have in store, and how we're going about it with our members and what we look forward to getting from IIM Shillong, I would now like to just play a PPT for the benefit of IIM Shillong to understand the work that we at FLO do. So I would request my IT head, Anshu, to please play the slides for us. We started in 1983, this organization. Next, this is what we look at. This is my sustainable practices, the vision that I brought this year, that we were looking at sustainable livelihood, sustainable practices for women. Next. And we want to work. Our work is aligned with the Sustainable Development Goals. There's 17 goals to transform our world under the SDGs. Next. So what does sustainable livelihoods mean for us? It empowers women to become self-sufficient and to change them from being to become job creators from mere job seekers. We want to create goods and services which are needed in any community and will continue to be needed in the future. We work towards people, profit, and the planet. Next. So this is how FLO works. Our model is to work at 3 levels. The grassroots, where we empower women at the grassroots with skill enhancements. The middle level, where we empower women and professionals with the right inputs and the tools of information which is available to us. And at the senior level, empowering women in leadership roles to make them more effective in board positions. Next. So our members are involved in various sectors, pan-India. Key sectors are fashion, handloom and textiles, tourism and hospitality, education, training, pharmaceuticals, manufacturing, infrastructure. Next. So these are the initiatives that we've tried to spearhead it under: the mentorship cell, the incubation cell, what we call the FLO 3 Cs, life skills and technical skills, the village adoption program, the sustainable livelihoods under which we've broken down these components, what we call the W7, and policy and advocacy. Next. So these are how we partner. In FLO, we've partnered with NGOs, with private foundations, with the government, with academic institutions, and with corporates. Next. So this is the mentoring cell, where we look to be one-to-one mentoring. And it's a pan-India, we've created a pan-India mentors base. And of course, we've had a great number of mentees as well. And we want to create the self-reliant entrepreneurial ecosystem for members and by members. Now we come to the most important component today, which we are speaking about and which we have the MoU signing for, the National Incubation Cell. Here we wish to build that sustainable ecosystem within FLO to identify potential startups. And FLO, the appropriate center to empower our members. I would request everyone to switch off your, mute yourself, please. So just go back to that slide, Anshu, yeah. So the idea was to create awareness of this National Incubation Cell. We want to support entrepreneurs and startups and assign them. So today, what we are assigning them to, what we hope our tie-up, the MoU with IIM Shillong will prove for us. Next. So briefly to take you through the FLO 3 Cs, because what I see with IIM Shillong and from us in my FLO Northeast chapter, and me being the first president from the Northeast to represent FLO, I'm very keen that we should also run you through the other opportunities and the initiatives that we are working on. So this is to build competency, capacity, and confidence for women through these life skills and the technical education. And this this is a very important tool that we wanted to share with you that we are taking forward in our chapters across the country. Next. So this is the details on this. We also have the employment and enterprise-oriented life skills training and business career enhancement. Next, please. Yes, so this is the village adoption program. We are doing it in most of our chapters. And this, we want to reveal it as a microcosm for women and the community of how we can dedicate our work on that to provide these life skills training I've shown you, the skill development for enhancement of income opportunities, to work on the wash, water, sanitation, hygiene, create a cadre of swachhataks, to create a child-friendly village, renovate the Anganwadis, develop play areas, to work on sustainable livelihood programs, provide financial linkages to mentor and support nano and micro women entrepreneurs, which is what our incubation can go beyond to. Because I know that IIM Shillong has your incredible outreach programs as well, and this is something we could leverage together. We look to leverage government resources for infrastructure development. and others which as per the baseline and the need assessments of these villages. Next, please. So another very important MoU I signed at the beginning of my term was with this Netherlands-based organization called Women on Wings. They have been working to accelerate the sustainable livelihood for women in India. This organization has been working for women in sustainable livelihood for rural women since 2007. There's a lot of learning we've taken from them, and our job in FLO is to just connect the dots. And those are the specific areas that they work on: agriculture, food processing, ecotourism, textiles and handicrafts, waste management, and other upstream related things under NTFP, that's non-timber farm produce. Next. And lastly, this is something we are taking forward coming from the Northeast. I was started off by looking at our Act East policy, and now we widened the canvas to look at W7, women of 7 regions. These are the regions we're looking at, and we want to increase where we want to work with women on the trade, commerce, and especially now in the new normal. This is a good opportunity line for us to create a collaboration, to increase the demand for goods and supplies by women entrepreneurs, to create platforms to increase trade, support, initiate, and improve efforts to integrate women into the global value chains, build a capacity of trade support institutions, provide better services to women clients, and increase awareness of policymakers of the potential of women entrepreneurs, and raise the awareness of the barriers that hamper our progress so far. Next. So this is the Federation House where we invite you when we go back to normal again and hope to physically work together. I have been running my work through Sam. Anshu, that's over with the slide, please. Thank you. Yes. So I've been working in the new normal, still sitting here in Guwahati as Sam, but we've had tremendous opportunities, the work that we do with all our members throughout the country in this fashion. And believe me, we haven't stopped a while. So we've turned this COVID into a advantage. We've turned the challenge into an opportunity. We have the MOUs that we signed under our literacy programs. We've trained over 8,500 adolescent girls and 4,500 women in life skills, which is a certified and recognized global program. During the lockdown, we at FLO had taken on the financial literacy programs in the both online and offline work with 4,000 women living in poverty. And I just mentioned briefly about the ITI programs, where this is the Government Industrial Training Institutes, where we worked on the online level with great success. In fact, our FLO past president with her private foundation of Sleepwell Foundation had helped us in the first event. And we had tremendous support of ITIs across the country. So we do know that my past president has reached out to us, that we can also have and run the Build a Business workshop that she had started, that she does across the country. We can also offer that with IIM. In fact, the last, I understand, was done with Navy. So IIM Shillong, there's another opportunity. So these are the collaborations we can bring together, and these are the collaborations we hope to do together with IIM. So thank you very much for your patient hearing. Namaste. Nehal, over to you. I can't, Nehal, you have to unmute yourself.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Janviji, for sharing these insights. And I do see that there could potentially be a lot of areas to collaborate more than just the incubation space that we are looking at. I really feel that from the program, what I understood from Professor Sanjeev, this partnership can really take our members to the next level and vice versa. I'm sure there is a very mutually beneficial relationship that we are talking about here. With no further delay, it gives me immense pleasure to introduce Professor Sanjeev Kakoti, Associate Professor and Chairman of the Incubation and Enterprise Support Center, IIM Shillong. May I request you, sir, to say a few words?
Good morning to everyone. It is indeed a great pleasure and privilege to be part of this, should we call it a historic occasion, where two leading organizations have decided to work together. The kind of importance that IIM Shillong gives to the development of this region is amply demonstrated by the presence of the top brass of our institution, starting with Chairman Sir, Mr. Shishir Kumar Bajoria. Thank you very much for joining in, sir, at such short notice. We have Mr. Atul Kulkarni, Member Board of Governors, who has been extremely proactive and actually gave the final push in ensuring that this agreement went forward. Thank you very much, sir, for your help and support. Sitting next to me is the person without whose support we would not have been able to take the steps that are required for this, and that is no other than our Director, Professor D.P. Goel. So what happens is that probably IIM Shillong is one of those very few institutions where all the stakeholders of the institute are extremely close-knit, as you can see, and we are all working on a mission mode to bring about transformative change in the region. And when we heard that FLO especially is also doing the same, we were quite eager to collaborate and do something together. Now, the incubation center of IIM Shillong is like no other incubation center in the world. Because we are not just an incubation center, if you can see, we are also an enterprise support center. So it's an incubation and enterprise support center. The reason we did this was with a lot of deliberations and thought, because what happens is that Northeast traditionally has been a place which has had entrepreneurship that has been there all through history, but there has been problems in scaling up enterprises that are there. Another very interesting thing about entrepreneurship in the Northeast is that it has essentially been women-led, unlike the rest of the country. Now, in terms of weaving, we have almost majority of the weavers are women, and that's very, very different from what is there in the rest of the country. Almost 95 to 98% of all weavers in the Northeast are women. If you look at businesses in the state where IIM Shillong is located, Meghalaya businesses are led by women. If you go to Manipur, businesses are led by women. And in the years of tumultuous political upheaval in the Northeast, it was women who have been the vanguard of not only safeguarding culture, but women have also been the pillars for ensuring that the economy did not collapse, and also showing, holding the family together and taking things forward. So if transformation has to come in this region, it has to be women-led. So when FLO approached us for collaboration, we were more than happy to say yes. And I'm sure that together we can make a huge difference. So I don't think that I will take too much of time, because I think we have a galaxy of people who would want to put in their thoughts to this. But this certainly is an event that we are very happy and proud of. And let us try and work together to bring about total transformative change of the Northeast that we in IIM Shillong are committed to, and FLO too is working on that. Thank you very much and welcome to this function.
Thank you so much, Sanjeev sir, and I really appreciate the way that you have articulated what you have said about women being the pillars of the society and what they can actually bring to the community. You know, our thoughts completely resonate with you. With that, thank you again. I'd like to invite Shri Shishir Kumar Bajoria, Chairman, Board of Governors, IIM Shillong. It's an honor to have you at this event, sir, and may I please request you to say a few words.
Thanks a lot. Namaskar. Janvi Fukanji, my colleague on the BOG, Shri Atul Kulkarni ji, our director, Professor Goel, chairperson of the Incubation and Enterprise Support Center, Shri Professor Kakoti, the day chair for today, Nehal Parikh ji, and I would normally say ladies and gentlemen, but I would say predominantly ladies and a few gents. It's really nice to have a program where the ladies outnumber us in many multiples. And as one says, that morning shows the day. This is how we should be focusing. IIM Shillong is indeed privileged to reach this agreement, this MoU with FLO, with FLO, because this gives us a very good, shall we say, entry into serving the Northeast, not just Northeast, but at some point even spread our wings and go out. Because I am a firm believer that in achieving Prime Minister's goal of Atmanirbhar Bharat, Atmanirbhar Mahila is the most important component of Atmanirbhar Bharat. My belief, I'm sharing one or two of my personal beliefs, is, see, after all, as a country on education, we are still not a very educated country. And I'm speaking from the platform of one of the premier education institutes of our country. I believe that an educated mother will always ensure that all her children are educated. This, unfortunately, is not the case with an educated father. This is the importance of, let me use the term, Mahila Shashaktikaran. And I do not use the term Shashaktikaran just ki reserve 2 seats on the board. Give this position must be held by a Mahila. No. Because first and foremost, Shashaktikaran of a Mahila, according to me, is economic. The moment Mahila is economically independent, तो दुर्गा का स्वरूप है. This is where I feel, and this kind of a initiative that today IIM Shillong and FLO we are going to start, I am sure this will make a huge impact. And as I said, first around the area where we are, we have a huge responsibility to Northeast, and then spread our wings. Looking at the history of FLO, for nearly 4 decades, FLO has done yeoman service to the cause of women. There was a time when I was leading a Chamber of Commerce, which is a FICCI affiliate. So I'm very familiar with FICCI and FLO. I was president of the Indian Chamber of Commerce, which is actually one of the founders of FICCI, going back where I would today put it, the son founded the father. So, so with that, I have a fairly good idea, and I would really take this opportunity, Madam Fukan, permit me from being a little clannish to congratulate my team for doing this MoU, because the very fact that we are doing this MoU with your organization, I take it as a personal pride for my institute and for all the members of my institute who are present here today. When I was seeing your presentation, wow, your W7 goal, it is really ambitious. And I can only wish you the very best for that. And I hope that we together as a team, we will not just sign an MoU, but we'll bring about a qualitative change for women in our region and in the rest of the country. Because to end, I will only say that Atmanirbhar Mahila will ensure that this country will become Atmanirbhar Bharat. Namaskar.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bajoria. Thank you very much for really sharing your thoughts. It really means a lot to us, the support that we've received from your institute. We are also privileged to have with us today Professor D.P. Goel, Director, IIM Shillong, who's been actively instrumental in all these introductions and helping us get started. Thank you, sir, for your support, and may I request you to say a few words.
Good morning, and all dignitaries present here. It is really a happy occasion for all of us that we are going to now today sign MoU with FLO, which is having 17 chapters, 8,000 members, and working for last 4 decades, and headed by very passionate and committed chairperson, the president of FLO, that is Madam Janvi Phukan. And as far as this MoU is concerned, I will just say that this is in line with our mission statement of the Institute, which says to generate and disseminate knowledge in all aspects of management education for sustainable development and to develop innovative leaders with strong ethical values. And one of the goals of this mission is to enhance skills, competencies, and decision-making abilities of the practicing management professionals through continuing education. As far as this MoU is concerned, I would like to convey my sincere gratitude, especially to our board member, Honorable Mr. Atul Kulkarni ji, who has been from the day one when Madam Phukan just taken over. From the day one, he was talking about that now this is the right time that when we should start doing something real in real terms. So as far as this MoU is concerned, it's just not signing off 2 organizations on the paper. Rather, would like to see that, yes, let us do something, a big change to begin with in the Northeast and then maybe the pan-India. As our chairman sir has rightly said, that it is the right time that when we need to now take care of the development of this entire nation. And because Atmanirbhar, our Honorable Prime Minister Modi, as he has rightly said, that this can happen when all of us, including the ladies, including the women, also become a part of this great movement. So with this, I will just say that I would like to wish a grand success for this MoU. And I would like to convey my sincere thanks for the team at IIM Shillong, who has organized this event today, ceremony. And he has given me an opportunity by inviting me here. And once again, wish this ceremony and a grand success. With this, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, DP Goelji. Thank you very much. I must say that if you had not got us started and done the rounds of introductions and put us in touch with the right people, today at this speed, we would have not been able to achieve it. So thank you so much for being a key member in getting us going so fast. So I really owe this complete credit to you to put all the parties together and do the introductions. Last but not the least, Shri Atul Kulkarni ji, member, Board of Governors, IIM Shillong. It's been a pleasure interacting with you, and I request you to say a few words. Atulji, you're on mute.
Yeah, Namaskar and good morning to you all. It's really a pleasure and seeing so many ladies championing the cause of economic growth of this country. And IIM Shillong is really happy to be partnering with FLO. At the outset, I must thank and welcome my friend Janvi Baidev, chairperson of FLO at the national level. And I remember our conversation about a year and a half ago when you had mentioned to me that I am the president-elect and Atul, we need to do something. And I'm happy that in whatever little way that we are able to contribute and we are able to support your initiatives, IIM Shillong is always there. And as our chairman, Shri Bajoria ji mentioned, that IIM Shillong is committed not only to the Northeast where we are situated and we have the mandate from the government, but pan-India, we would like to see our association growing with the women entrepreneurs and the startups across the country. And we are seeing more and more startups coming from the very enterprising women across the country. So we are happy to see this finally coming to a reality. And our chairman Shishir Bajoria has always been supporting on all such initiatives which are aimed at interaction and involvement of our students, not just the faculty. But let me tell you that at IIM Shillong, we will ensure that our students also get this exposure. And we have the rural immersion program, which we have made it compulsory for our students. And as part of that initiative, I'm sure Professor Sanjeev Kakoti will ensure and muster the required resources in terms of human capital and in terms of thought leadership that the incubation center would require in going forward. And I must compliment Nehal for the speed at which you took off. I think it's been just 3 weeks that Janvi Bhai, they've introduced you to this entire initiative, and today we are seeing the MoU becoming a reality. Yes, this pandemic has put us into a situation where many of us are still at our places. We are not able to move, but I'm sure, as Janvida, by the way, you mentioned that it has taught us a few other lessons. And at IIM Shillong, we have created that ecosystem which should help us, initiate this process through online media, and then whenever required, we can go for offline and personal interactions. I'm actually, honestly, it's been 3 decades that I'm engaging myself with Northeast India in different capacities. But the change that I am seeing now over the last 4 or 5 years, and what we are seeing today is actually the new Northeast that we see. Pardon me, and all of us at IIM Shillong for focusing more on Northeast. Although I see many participants from across the country, and they would wonder as to is this a program and an initiative only focused on Northeast? So it is not. But since we are based in Northeast and we have that mandate from our stakeholders, be it the government or otherwise, that we have taken up on our own, we definitely have a focus on Northeast. So when Neil mentioned to us during our last interactions as to we have close to 200 entrepreneurs who have already volunteered and said that they would like to take advantage of this initiative. My first question was how many from the Northeast, and I mean that's how we are. Ladies, you'll have to bear with us for that. But this is going to be an exciting time for us. We see lot happening in the Northeast. For the information of the audience, let me also mention here that during the lockdown, during the times when we were, in-house, we conducted 7 webinars on 6 important verticals of Northeastern economy: horticulture, handloom, logistics, BPO, and also handicrafts. So these are important verticals for Northeastern economy. And as I see the members of FICCI FLO mostly fall in these verticals. Of course, you also have pharmaceuticals and infrastructure, which you mentioned. But these are the main, I would say, verticals where most of the women entrepreneurs would fall in. And we had huge round of interactions and participation, both from various stakeholders, starting from all the cabinet ministers from Government of India who are responsible and in charge for all these verticals, and various state governments, chief ministers, and of course the participants were the entrepreneurs. So we have fairly good understanding of where we stand as a sector and as the region. And I'm sure that knowledge will be helpful going forward when we interact with the entrepreneurs. I'm not going to go on because I'm aware of the fact that some senior people have spoken, and my role was only to probably connect these enterprising ladies from the Northeast and from FICCI FLO to an institution And I'm glad that I could play that small little role. I once again congratulate everyone, FICCI FLO and I am Shillong for this wonderful beginning. Namaskar. Dhanyawad.
Thank you once again, the entire team at IIM Shillong. It's truly an honor to have this opportunity to host this event and to be a part of such a historic moment for both FICCI FLO and IIM Shillong. This brings us to the end of a wonderful event and the beginning of a rewarding relationship. With this, I pass on the baton to Juhi Sabu, the chairperson for Northeast, to give the vote of thanks. But before that, I'm sorry. I would like to request Janvi ji to announce the signing of the MoU. I'm sorry. Thank you for bringing that up.
We couldn't have finished without having the MoU shown to us virtually. So let me ask Anshu to please help us.
Thank you so much for this special day. And let me hand over the baton now to Juhi Sabu.
No, 1 second, we're still not done, Nehal. I need to felicitate all our guests today, which I missed at the beginning. So may I ask for a felicitation, a virtual felicitation of all our esteemed members here from IIM Shillong, and ask Anshu to please play the slide. A virtual memento, starting with Shri Shishir Kumar Bajoria, please.
Wow, this is wonderful. This is wonderful, Janvi. I must say that this is excellent.
This is our virtual, and when times are normal, this will reach Mr. Bajoria's office.
That's great. And I very thankfully.
This is amazing.
This is actually a physical thing, which will get to you. Now it's being shown virtually.
Absolutely. This is super.
Thank you. Next, please, Anshu. Do play for Professor DP, for Atul or DP Goel, whoever you have in the sequence. I won't bother you with that. All right. Whatever is convenient for you, please start with the next memento, please. All right. Okay. We have Professor DP Goel, and Shillong.
Thank you very much. Super. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Next, may we have Atul Kulkarni. Anshu, please play that side. Though we are trying our best in the new normal, these little glitches may happen.
No, I'm sure it's a very special one for Atulji.
Yes, of course, of course.
So Atulji is a long relationship, and thanks to him, we made inroads into IIM. Always grateful.
I see a lot of friends there. I see Juhi, I see Anukrita. I mean, I can go on.
Okay, Anshu, next may we have Professor Sanjeev Kakoti, please, memento. Yes, Professor Kakoti, this is for you.
Thank you very much.
All of us at FLO.
Really appreciate this.
Thank you so much. Okay, and now may I just give some concluding remarks, Neha, before Juhi will speak on our behalf. So, you know, this occasion today, it reminds me of a quote by author and entrepreneur Jennifer Ritchie Payette, which said that we have to build systems and methods that incubate ideas, facilitate cooperation, and spark growth. This MoU is just the beginning of a new dawn for us and for women entrepreneurs of our region, Northeast, and for across our country. Our Northeast FLO Northeast chapter is very ably led by my chairperson, Juhi Sabu Singh. And I can see our past chairs of FLO Northeast are here today. And so are my chapter chairs from across our 17 chapters pan-India. Thank you all for your support. And we know we can only do this together. And it would not have been possible without this cooperation. And this is just the beginning. That's why we wanted to run that PPT, our presentation past you. And we'll incubate more ideas about how we take this forward. Thank you so much. And now, Juhi, we'd like you to give the vote of thanks for us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Janviba. Thank you, Nehal. It indeed is a great honor for me as chairperson FLO Northeast to be here at this momentous occasion of the signing of this MoU, which will surely broaden the vistas for members across chapters of FLO, least of all to say for members at FLO Northeast. And why not put the impetus there when we are right here from the heartland of this region? Without much ado, I would like to extend a formal note of thanks to all the dignitaries and stakeholders who've made this occasion and this sign-off possible. Firstly, Shri Shishir Kumar Bajoria, Chairman, Board of Governors, IIM Shillong. Thank you so much, sir. As you rightly said, Shakti se Sashakti tak. Hamara jo jana hai, the woman really embodies it, and it's the financial empowerment which will pave the way for her. Shri Atul Kulkarni, Member, Board of Governors, IIM Shillong. Great to be meeting you here at this digital platform, sir. And indeed, it's a beautiful opportunity for all of us. And alongside all the initiatives taken by you and by the Institute, this should open up the vistas for us again. A very hearty thanks to Professor D.P. Goel, Director IIM Shillong. Thank you, sir, for being instrumental in making this possible for us. And Professor Sanjeev Kakoti, Associate Professor and Chairperson, Incubation Support Center, IIM Shillong. A very, very hearty thanks to you as well, sir. It would not be complete here without me thanking our National President, Janvi Phukon, for having broadened the horizons for us across chapters of FLO, not only with the initiative of the incubation shell at the national level, but also with this sign up, which will open up the vistas for us in startups as well as business, across the grassroots levels for women, as well as for our members. Nehal Parekh, our enthusiastic head of this initiative at the national level, the FLO Incubation Cell, for having worked through and having made this possible for all of us. Thank you so much, Nehal.
Thank you.
We've also had Naomi Junaid, Member FLO Bangalore and Incubation Cell, who's come forth as the communication expert for the event. Thank you, Naomi. I would also like to thank all the members of FLO who've joined us today, all the faculty members of IIM Shillong who've joined us today to witness this occasion. Your partnering us here will hold us in good stead as we go along and make this sign-off instrumental in empowering our members and women across the region. And last but not the least, the entire team at the FLO head office, Rashmi Sarita, Ankurita Pathak, Anshu, Natasha, all of your inputs and guidance really makes for an event to come about really successfully, and the technology team who make the carrying forth of every event and its curation effortless for us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Juhi. That was perfect and a beautiful end and a beginning of a wonderful relationship with IIM Shillong. Thank you, everybody, for participating, attending this event and making it so special. Thank you, and we're really excited to partner with you.
Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.